Imagine this, the sun rising over Heartland Ranch, horses running free, and Amy Fleming standing strong at the center of it all. For fans, just the thought of season 19 brings a mix of excitement, hope, and curiosity. Who's coming back? Which faces will we see again? And most importantly, how will these familiar characters continue their journey in a show that has already touched so many hearts? Heartland isn't just a drama, it's family, love, and resilience wrapped in every scene. That's why season 19 feels like more than just another season. It feels like the continuation of a legacy. Let's start with what fans want to know most: the returning cast. At the heart of it all, Amber Marshall as Amy Fleming is a guarantee. For years, Amy has carried the spirit of Heartland with her calm strength, her love for horses, and her unshakable bond with family. Without Amy, there's no Heartland, and season 19 will once again put her at the forefront of emotional and personal growth. Fans can expect Amy to remain the glue that holds the ranch together while she continues navigating life as a single mom and a strong horse trainer. Next, we have Sean Johnston returning as Jack Bartlett, the wise grandfather and the true anchor of Heartland. Jack has always been the moral compass of the show, guiding his family with patience, strength, and old-fashioned wisdom. He's the character who reminds everyone and the audience that no matter how much life changes, family is the foundation. In season 19, Jack's presence will be as essential as ever, and fans are excited to see how his role continues to evolve as the ranch faces new challenges. Michelle Morgan as Lou Fleming is also expected back, continuing her journey as both a devoted mother and a leader. Lou's character has grown from being someone unsure of her place in the world to a confident, driven woman balancing her family responsibilities with her political career. With season 18 leaving many questions about her path, season 19 is set to give Lou even more depth, especially as she tries to keep the family united while juggling her own ambitions. Chris Potter, who plays Tim Fleming, is another staple we can expect to see again. Tim has always been one of the more complex characters, flawed yet determined, often making mistakes but always striving to do better. His relationship with his daughters and his constant search for redemption have made him one of the most unpredictable yet fascinating figures in Heartland. In season 19, Tim's storyline could take new turns, and fans are eager to see how he continues to grow, especially in his role as both a father and grandfather. But it's not just the main four who keep fans invested. There's strong speculation about supporting characters making a return too. Alicia Newton's Georgie is a name that pops up in almost every fan conversation. Even though she hasn't been a regular for a while, her impact on the show is undeniable. With so many fans still hoping to see her back in the saddle, there's always the possibility of her storyline reconnecting with Heartland Ranch in season 19. After all, the writers know that Georgie's bond with Amy and her future and show jumping is a thread worth exploring again. Another name that keeps fans talking is Graham Wardle, who played Ty Borden. Even though Ty's character was written off in earlier seasons, his memory is still very much alive in the show. Some fans hope for flashbacks or even dream sequences to bring him back in some way. While a full return may be unlikely, the writers often find creative ways to honor Ty's legacy, keeping him a vital part of Amy and Lindy's lives. Season 19 might once again include subtle nods or heartfelt mentions that keep Ty's presence felt without changing the storyline's reality. Social media hints have also fueled excitement about returning cast members. Behind-the-scenes posts and subtle interviews often give away little clues, and fans have been quick to analyze every detail. From Amber Marshall's posts about filming days to Sean Johnston's updates about Jack's role, it's clear that the cast remains deeply connected not only to the show but to its loyal fanbase. This bond makes every return feel like a reunion not just for the characters, but for the audience too. And then there are the possible cameos. Over the years, Heartland has brought back characters for short but meaningful appearances, and season 19 could surprise us again. Whether it's old friends of the family, rivals in the horse world, or even minor characters who left a mark, these returns add depth and nostalgia, reminding fans how far the show has come. So, when we look at the Season 19 cast lineup. It's not just about who's confirmed, it's about the hope of familiar faces, the excitement of possible surprises, and the comfort of knowing that the core family will be right where they belong, at Heartland Ranch. The return of these characters means more than just continuity. It means the promise of stories that feel like home. When it comes to Heartland, one of the biggest questions fans are asking right now is simple: when will season 19 actually premiere? After the emotional roller coaster of season 18, people are eager to mark their calendars. But as we know, Heartland is not just any show, it follows its own unique rhythm, and that rhythm is tied closely to production schedules, network planning, and of course, the history of past release dates. If we take a look back at previous seasons, there's a clear pattern that gives us some strong clues. Most Heartland seasons have premiered in the fall, usually between September and October. This fall release schedule has become almost a tradition for fans. It makes sense too, because fall is when audiences settle in for cozy, family-oriented dramas, the kind of TV Heartland does best. For example, Season 16 and Season 17 both followed a fall release timeline, keeping the consistency alive. That means Season 19 could very likely target a similar window. Another factor is production timelines. Filming for Heartland usually begins in late spring or early summer. This gives the cast and crew several months to shoot episodes, edit, and prepare everything for broadcast. By sticking to this schedule, the show can comfortably deliver its episodes in time for a fall premiere. If the team has already started or is about to start production on Season 19, then a release around fall 2025 feels like the most realistic prediction. Of course, we also need to think about the role of CBC, the Canadian network that has been home to Heartland from the very beginning. CBC tends to space out its programming strategically, balancing new dramas, returning series, and seasonal specials. Heartland is one of their flagship shows, which means they give it prime attention in their fall lineup. Unless something unusual happens, CBC will almost certainly want to keep Heartland in that slot because it guarantees strong viewership numbers, but there are always variables that can shake things up. For instance, post-production delays can sometimes push back the release by a few weeks. Editing such a long-running series requires care, especially when it comes to keeping the emotional tone of Heartland intact. The show's cinematography, music, and pacing all demand attention, and if there are any creative adjustments, it could affect the final release date. That said, delays for Heartland have been rare, and the team has built a reputation for staying on track. Another element to keep in mind is international release dates. Fans in Canada may get to see Heartland first on CBC, but audiences in the United States and other countries usually wait for it to arrive on platforms like Up TV, Netflix, or other streaming services. This creates a small gap where spoilers can float around online, but it also builds anticipation. So, while Canadian fans might be watching Season 19 in fall 2025, international audiences might not get it until a few months later, perhaps early 2026. This release stagger has happened before, and it's important for fans to remember that waiting a little longer has been the norm for Heartland viewers outside of Canada. Streaming partnerships also play a big role in how soon fans around the world can tune in. With Heartland's popularity on Netflix, the platform has a lot of influence in bringing the series to global audiences. Netflix tends to add new seasons once the full run has finished airing in Canada. That means if CBC airs Season 19 in fall 2025 and wraps it up by early 2026, Netflix could pick it up later in the year. This timeline isn't set in stone, but it's consistent with how previous seasons have been handled. There's also the element of fan anticipation itself. Because Heartland has been running for so long, the fan community has become skilled at predicting when new seasons will arrive. Forums, social media groups, and dedicated Heartland fan pages often track filming updates, actor posts, and CBC announcements. These passionate communities keep the excitement alive year-round, analyzing every detail to guess the release date before it's even announced. For many fans, this guessing game has become part of the fun. Ultimately, while we can't stamp an exact day on the calendar yet, All signs point to a fall 2025 release in Canada, with international fans catching up in early 2026. This prediction aligns with the show's long-standing schedule, CBC's programming habits, and the current pace of filming. And given how much Heartland values its loyal audience, it's safe to say they won't keep fans waiting longer than necessary. So, while we wait for an official confirmation, one thing is clear: Heartland Season 19 will arrive right on time to bring us back to the ranch just when we need it most. Until then, fans can hold on to the tradition. Fall means Heartland, and the countdown has already begun. Heartland has never just been about horses and ranch life, it's about family, love, loss, and growth. That's why Season 19 has fans buzzing with theories. After everything that happened in Season 18, audiences are eager to know what the writers will do next. Will old wounds heal? Will new romances blossom? Or will fresh challenges test the Fleming-Bartlett family like never before? Let's explore the most exciting storyline expectations and fan theories circling around Season 19. First, let's talk about Amy Fleming. After Ty's passing, Amy's journey has been one of resilience. Season 18 showed her continuing to grow as a mother and horse trainer, but many fans believe Season 19 will push her even further. There are whispers that Amy could face a turning point in her personal life. Some think she may finally open herself up to love again, while others believe her story will remain focused on her daughter, Lindy, and her deep connection with horses. Either way, Amy's arc will likely balance emotional vulnerability with her signature strength, reminding viewers why she's the heart of the series. Then there's Lindy, Amy's daughter. Fans are especially curious about how the writers will develop her character. Lindy represents the future of Heartland Ranch, and Season 19 could show her taking on more active roles, learning the ropes from Amy and Jack. Some theories suggest that Lindy may mirror Amy's younger years, showing a natural talent with horses and forming bonds that carry the show into a new generation. Many fans believe Season 19 will place more emphasis on Lindy, slowly preparing her to become the face of Heartland's next chapter. Lou Fleming's story is another point of speculation. As a mother, mayor, and family leader, Lou's plate is always full. In Season 18, we saw her struggle to balance her political career with her responsibilities at home. Fans predict Season 19 may bring new challenges in her personal life, possibly her relationships with Peter or Mitch. Will Lou finally find lasting happiness and love, or will her career ambitions continue to create obstacles? Many viewers think her journey will reflect the sacrifices women often make, showing how she tries to be everything at once: mother, sister, leader, and partner. Jack Bartlett, the rock of the family, is also expected to play a crucial role in the new season. As Heartland's moral compass, Jack's storylines often remind us of the ranch's traditions and values. Fans expect Season 19 to test Jack's resilience, possibly with health scares or emotional struggles as he grows older. Yet, the idea of Jack mentoring Lindy more closely has also been raised in fan discussions. This would beautifully tie together the generational theme, showing how the wisdom of the past is passed on to the future. Tim Fleming, meanwhile, has always been one of the show's most unpredictable characters. His journey in Season 19 could take several directions. Some fans think Tim will face new challenges with his health or relationships, while others believe he might take on more responsibility at the ranch. There are even theories that he could clash with Amy or Lou over family decisions, reigniting old tensions. With Tim, anything is possible, and that's what makes his storyline so intriguing. Now let's dive into some of the most popular fan theories circulating online. One theory is that Georgie, played by Alicia Newton, may return for Season 19. Although her character hasn't been a regular presence lately, many fans believe her return could bring fresh energy to the series. Georgie's show-jumping career left plenty of unfinished business, and reconnecting with the family could provide powerful storylines. Imagine Georgie mentoring Lindy or teaming up with Amy on a horse-related project. That's the kind of emotional payoff fans are craving. Another fan theory revolves around Amy's love life. After Ty's death, fans were divided. Some wanted her to remain single to honor his memory, while others hoped she would eventually move on. Season 19 might finally address this in a bigger way. Will Amy meet someone new? Will she give love another chance, even if it scares her? This debate has been ongoing for years, and season 19 could be the season where the writers finally make a bold move. There's also speculation about big ranch changes. Some fans believe Heartland Ranch itself might expand, take on new projects, or even face financial struggles. Others predict that season 19 could introduce new characters tied to horses, ranching, or even rival families. These storylines would open the door to fresh dynamics while keeping the ranch at the heart of everything. Of course, no Heartland season is complete without emotional twists. Fans expect heartwarming moments of family bonding, but they also know to brace themselves for challenges. Whether it's health scares, romantic heartbreaks, or unexpected obstacles, Heartland always finds a way to pull viewers in with stories that feel both real and deeply moving. So, what can we expect from season 19? In short, it's likely to blend the old and the new, honoring the legacy of Ty, Jack, Amy, and Lou, while also pushing forward with characters like Lindy and possibly Georgie. The fan theories all point to one thing: Heartland is preparing us for a season filled with growth, challenges, and emotional payoffs that only this show can deliver. Heartland season 19 isn't just another continuation, it's a milestone that proves why this series has lasted for nearly 2 decades. Few shows in television history have managed to stay relevant, heartfelt, and deeply loved for so long, and yet Heartland continues to do exactly that. So, what makes season 19 so special? It's not only the stories being told, but the way those stories reflect the history of the series, the strength of its cast, and the bond it shares with fans all around the world. One of the biggest reasons season 19 stands out is the sheer longevity of Heartland. This isn't just another family drama. It's one of the longest-running scripted series in Canadian television history. That's no small achievement. Every season adds another layer to its legacy, and with season 19, the show proves once again that it still has fresh stories to tell. The fact that the writers can continue weaving new narratives while staying true to the original spirit is something fans don't take for granted. This season feels special because it highlights how rare it is for a show to last this long without losing its heart. Another reason season 19 feels so important is the generational aspect of the story. Heartland has always been about family across multiple generations: Jack, Tim, Lou, Amy, and now Lindy. Over time, the show has slowly shifted from one generation's struggles to another's, while keeping everyone connected through the ranch. Season 19 will continue this transition, and that makes it feel like we're watching history in the making. Fans who started watching Heartland years ago are now seeing the next chapter unfold, and it's like watching their own lives reflected on screen. Parents becoming grandparents, children growing into their own, and traditions being passed down. Then, there's the emotional connection. Heartland is not a flashy series. It doesn't rely on over-the-top drama or shocking cliffhangers. Instead, it thrives on quiet, emotional storytelling that feels deeply human. That's why season 19 will feel extra special. It continues to give fans something that modern television often overlooks: warmth, hope, and family values. In a world where so many shows focus on chaos and darkness, Heartland remains a safe place where viewers can escape and feel grounded. This emotional comfort makes every new season, including season 19, more than just entertainment. It feels like a reunion with family. The returning cast also plays a huge role in making this season meaningful. Fans have grown up with these characters, and their stories have become personal to viewers. Seeing Amber Marshall back as Amy, Sean Johnson as Jack, Michelle Morgan as Lou, and Chris Potter as Tim is comforting because these actors are now as much a part of the Heartland family as the characters they play. Season 19 feels special because we're not just watching a story, we're watching actors and characters who have walked this journey with us for years, creating a bond that can't be replaced. Another element that adds to the uniqueness of season 19 is the way the show has adapted to changes over the years. When Ty's character was written out, many thought Heartland might lose its footing, but instead, The writers reshaped the story, giving Amy new depth and expanding the focus on the rest of the family. Season 19 is proof of the show's resilience. It's a reminder that even when life changes, the story can still go on. This mirrors the real-life message of Heartland. No matter what hardships come, you can always find strength in family, love, and community. Fans also expect Season 19 to lean into the idea of legacy, with characters like Lindy taking on bigger roles and the possibility of Georgie returning. The series may be setting up the next generation of Heartland stories. This makes the season feel like a bridge connecting the old with the new, while honoring the past and preparing for the future. It's rare for a series to manage this balance so gracefully, and it's exactly why fans are calling this season one of the most important yet. And let's not forget the community aspect. Heartland isn't just a show, it's a global phenomenon. Fans from Canada, the United States, Europe, and beyond have found comfort in its themes. Online fan groups, discussions, and social media posts create an ongoing conversation that keeps the show alive even between seasons. Season 19 will be celebrated not just on screen, but within this global community. That collective anticipation and excitement add to why this season will be unforgettable.